about crypto very, very soon. All right. So I just see that 32 of you guys, okay, all loud and clear. Okay, let's just begin. Okay, let me just get. Okay, here we go. All right, 10th of June, 2021, Thursday. All right, now, I mean, I did prepare something for you guys today, but it's just very small news. Until just now, about 2 hours ago, one of a TWB student just posted something on Berkshire Hathaway, right? That one, that the company that created by this Warren Buffett, right, the richest investor on earth. All right, apparently Berkshire or Berkshire, they actually went in to invest into cryptocurrency. And I tell you this, the moment I saw that news, straight away, I have my doubts. Straight away, I contest whether how legit it is. But of course, I know that the friend of mine who posted it is a very proper guy. He really do his homework. So I began to Google it. And the moment I Google it, it's everywhere. And I'm quite surprised that I did not receive any notification. I don't see anyone talking about it. I don't see anyone in the social media, on the crypto space talking about it. I'm pretty surprised. And of course, when I shared it, right, it was like the first time everybody's reading it. Okay, so that's why you can see that this is a stunner. And of course, for Berkshire to come in, all right, this is definitely a big movement. All right, let me just bring it to you right now. But before we start this afternoon MAO, once again, please, guys, I need you to understand this. Whatever I share is for learning, only for learning references. And of course, please understand this, there's potential losses. So you have to consider carefully with your current financial condition before engaging into this. All right. So once you have accepted the above, you have indemnified me. All right. All cool with that? Okay, let's continue then. All right, now what is going on? I tell you this, okay? Now I'll be honest with you. I told you before the story, right? About probably 5 years ago or 7 years ago, I can't remember exactly, but that's for sure about 5 years, about when Bitcoin was $200. When Bitcoin was about $200, my little sister, okay, tells me to buy Bitcoin. She told me it is something that is there. And I asked her for more information, and she can't really tell me, just as telling me it's more for payment and online and have upside potential. So I never bother, put it this way. My sister is an architect, you see. I don't know how, I know she's also into technology stuff, but back then I really doesn't know. So I didn't bother, and obviously after a few years later, we can see where this Bitcoin went. Okay, but the point is this. 2020, I was again being told about Bitcoin and stuff like that. And the time Bitcoin was at $6,000. So my friend told me, Cal, go and buy Bitcoin. It will make you rich. And I say no to that person because I read what I need to read about, and mostly telling me that this will never be a big currency. It will not be something big at all. And it's more like a scam. So Warren Buffett in 2020, I remember this article very well because this is a quote that I told my friends. I told them, say that, right, hey, Warren Buffett not buying, and this thing is in America. I mean, if Warren Buffett's not buying, it's not going to be worth it to buy based on experience. So obviously, this is from CNBC. I managed to dig it out for you guys. So cryptocurrency has no value, okay? And I don't own any and never will. Wow, okay? This is done on 20th. This is on 24th of February, 2020. That's why I remember this. I quickly Googled out for you. So according to Berkshire Hathaway CEO and chairman, he told CNBC that he's staying away from cryptocurrency. Okay? And I don't own any cryptocurrency and I never will. All right? And I want to bring you this. Okay? This is the video that he was on CNBC, and he was very clear that he tell people that, hey, come on, man, don't get involved in this. So let me bring you right now, okay? Listen to what he has to say. Oh my God.
Did Justin Sun change your mind on cryptocurrency? For anybody who doesn't know, Justin Sun bought the dinner or the lunch that you just had from the last Glide Foundation fundraiser. He is actively involved in Bitcoin. After that meeting, his PR people put out some notes saying that, you kind of listen to cryptocurrency, and maybe you're a little more in tune with the idea of Bitcoin now.
Well, I would say this: when Justin and 4 friends came, they behaved perfectly, and we had a good 3.5-hour dinner, and the whole thing was a very friendly exchange of ideas. But cryptocurrencies basically have no value, and they don't produce anything. So you can look at your little ledger item for the next 20 years, and it says you've got X of this cryptocurrency or that. It doesn't reproduce. It doesn't deliver it. It can't mail you a check. It can't do anything. And what you hope is that somebody else comes along and pays you more money for it later on. But then that person's got the problem. But in terms of value, from zero.
So it sounds like he did not change your position.
No, but I didn't change his either. And I had a very pleasant dinner, and those people they behaved more than well. And they gave 4.6, or Justin gave 4.6 million to Goliath, and that will buy a lot of meals and provide a lot of beds for people in San Francisco. So I thank him.
He gave you some Bitcoin. What's it feel like to be a Bitcoin owner?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
No.
You don't own Bitcoin?
No, I do not own one. I don't own any cryptocurrency. I never will. And in the end, I may start a war on currency. Maybe I can create one, and I'll say there's only going to be 21 million of them, and you can have a little ledger sheet from me and everything that says you have it, and you can have it after I die, but you can't do anything with it except sell it to somebody else. And the interesting thing, of course, is that Bitcoin's been out there a long time, and people talked about how it would be used in various kinds of exchange, but none of our companies are doing business in Bitcoin or anything.
All right, so basically we can hear that Warren Buffett, right, in this particular interview was a little bit, very awkward, right? Because I believe that that's how the host did say that, do you own Bitcoin? And I think Justin, remember Justin, this guy who wanted to try to basically persuade this Warren Buffett to go into cryptocurrency. Remember the time he paid $4.3 million for that dinner? Yeah, it was a big hoo-ha, because after that, that's how he had to retract his statement and stuff like that. But the point is this: I'm quite sure, I think Justin might have gave the Bitcoin. I'll check on this later. Then you can see that Warren Buffett immediately replied, no. So he must have sold it, right? Oh my God. Anyway, this is what happened back in here. Okay, let's just double check now. February 24th, 2020. All right. So that is what Warren Buffett said, and he was very clear. And recently, his partner, Charlie Munger, came out and also said the same thing, that, hey, crypto is a terrible thing. It has no value, and it's not something that you should have. So now what is happening right now? Wow, this is really a game changer. All right, let's take a look. All right, so remember this on 24th of February, that was back then, it was 9,000, okay. So remember, it was 9,000, and of course, after that interview, you can see very clearly that after that interview, the Bitcoin slammed all the way down. Wow, all the way down to 3,900. And we all know that that was near to the low end of the market. Okay, 3,950 to be perfect, to be correct. 3,950. Okay, I'm 660 to give to give credit. So it went down from 9,800 in just a span of probably 25 days. It went down to 3,960. So you see, so when Warren Buffett said no, and the market seemed to have reacted in it, and of course the market came all the way down, that was what happened. Okay, so that is the reason why when I saw this, the interview and the Bitcoin coming down, I tell myself that, hey, come on, man, this is going to be tough. Okay, this will be very tough. All right, only when it was around this area at 6,000 plus, then I think that, hey, this whole thing actually may make sense. And that was whereby I shared with my friends. I say, look, you can consider to go into it if you want to, but I was still standing on the fence. So actually, Warren Buffett have made me think that way too. All right. So this is something that you must understand what really, really happened. But what happened today is incredible. Okay. This is what I saw when my friend sent me this poster. When I look at it, it's all right. I kind of like a little bit, things that go in my mind and not too sure how real is this. So I went to Google, and wow, when I see CoinDesk, Bitcoin News, Yahoo News all came out and talk about this Berkshire Hathaway invested 500 million in a Brazilian digital bank, Nubank, right? So straight away itself, right? This thing ongoing. So guys, do be very careful. The word is that, you know, they invested in Bitcoin. So let me give you more details to be precise on this. So Berkshire Hathaway, led by renowned investor and Bitcoin critic, okay, Warren Buffett, has made a 500 million investment in Brazilian digital bank Nubank, all right? So Nubank says that Berkshire investment is an extension of the G series funding carried out in January. Series G is the 8th fundraising event for a startup, okay? So basically itself, right, is investing, all right, into this one. And of course, with that itself, right, it seems to be potentially leading more to in the crypto space. So that is, you must be very careful with how this media play around with the words. So this is what I see on thing now, not exactly into Bitcoin and stuff like that, okay? So be very careful, but still it is a move towards this digital currency movement. So that's why now the whole market is just talking about this, but you must be very careful on the, you know, where he's investing, all right? So the thing is, on this note itself, right, I realized that there's another guy that we may not know, okay, at least for me, I don't know him, but when you get to hear what he has to offer and say, kind of, you know, what do you call, impress me. Okay, this guy, okay, let me just move around my PowerPoint. Okay, this guy is, his name is Mike Novogratz, all right? He is actually a crypto investing pioneer and a former hedge fund manager. And he has stacked up billions of dollars making bold bets on digital asset, all right? So in short now, right, he has basically do a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of crypto investment, and also have bought a $1.2 billion of a custody giant BitGo. I think you all should know as BitGo, right? And so forth. Okay, now the thing is this, he's worth $7.25 billion. So definitely another billionaire involved in the crypto space. Now, this video, I think you should spend time listening because he covers a lot of areas and he's known to be the Warren Buffett of crypto, okay? So this is a good time. It's a 6-minute video, longer than usual, but I can tell you this, the content is worth it, okay? So let's watch this together, shall we? Okay, let me bring it in.
Listen, first of all, sustainability is a big issue for the whole planet, not just for the crypto industry or the Bitcoin mining industry. And when we look at it in context, I think our community needs to do something just like every other community does. Traditional banking, you know, YouTube uses 2.5% of all electricity. That's a crazy statistic. YouTube, we're not going to ban YouTube. YouTube is awesome. I will literally bow down at the altar of YouTube, right? There's unbelievable utility from it. There's also unbelievable utility from the Bitcoin blockchain. It costs a lot to mine. It uses a lot of electricity because it was designed that way. If we want something to secure trillions of dollars of wealth, you don't want a guy with a pop gun, right? You want a robust system. And so I think it's inherent on the communities, or sort of, the community needs to be responsible to move our industry, like all industries, towards a greener future. And I think you're going to see all kinds of initiatives come out soon.
All weekend, I've been hyping you up as the Warren Buffett of crypto, which is ironic because we all know his take on crypto. But you're involved in so many different areas. I don't know if it's a fair comparison.
Well, I am the oldest guy in crypto, and so maybe, you know, Warren's maybe the oldest guy in traditionally, well, Charlie Munger. Listen, we decided at Galaxy that we wanted to be an ecosystem company. And the thesis was, let's take our own money. It started as my family office, and it's now a public company. Our own money and invest in the coolest projects, the cutting edge technologies, in coins, you know, in custody solutions, you name it, we're trying to invest in it. And we want to take the understanding we learn and then transmit that to our clients from the investment banking division, our asset management division, our sales and trading clients. And so what I found is everybody who enters this space goes on a similar journey. Start with Bitcoin. It's, whoa, this is pretty cool. You know, and they might have different opinions. It's going to be digital gold or decentralized money. And then they're like, well, what's that Ethereum thing? And as they...
Oh, sorry. Seems like there's some... the buffering has stopped for a while.
And then they're like, well, what's that Ethereum thing? And as they go down this path of understanding how this ecosystem lays out, we couldn't have NFTs without Satoshi. Like, a lot of the artists don't think they're Bitcoiners. They are. Everyone's a Bitcoiner in this whole ecosystem because Satoshi's white paper gave us this brilliant, kind of one sentence takeaway. It was the first digital signature you couldn't counterfeit.
Yeah, it's a spark that kind of lit the whole fire there, and it's an on-ramp for a lot of different technologies.
Yeah.
But you similarly, I guess, have built Galaxy as the on-ramp for a lot of institutions, and you're also kind of in the way that this billion-dollar deal, more than $1 billion deal with BitGo really increases your guys' connections with some of those more established investors. I mean, talk to me about how that changes the landscape, because some people might say that we got to 60,000 in Bitcoin or above it because of institutional money coming in. How important is it?
Institutional money is wildly important. So let me give you some numbers. Total crypto market cap, that's Bitcoin and everything else, is about $1.5 trillion. That's 30 basis points of total global wealth. 30 basis points, nothing. Listen, for that to shift to 2%, 3%, which I'm fundamentally in belief that it will, you need institutions. They own all the money. And so Bitcoin is still a 95+% retail dominated ecosystem, maybe a little less, maybe 90%. But as institutions are slowly moving in, they take time. They don't wake up one night and say, buy me 3 yards of Bitcoin. I mean, unless they're Elon, right? They put a little in. They do the same thing everyone else has done in this thing. They put something on the board, so they start understanding it more. Then they get more confidence. And what you'll see is higher prices, but get more people entering the market.
Yeah, it sounds like we're kind of stuck now in this $35,000 range when it comes to that. And some people might point to the ESG concerns that institutional investors have as maybe a problem to get back to where we were before. I mean, do you see that playing out, or how big of an issue is it?
What happens in markets is you get a new group of investors that come in, they get excited, and then they push the market higher. So if you think about when Paul Tudor Jones bought Bitcoin, and he famously published that paper, I think Bitcoin is about $8,000 or $9,000. A lot of hedge funds got into that zone. Well, a year later, it's at $60,000. The urge to ring the cash register is such a deep-seated human urge that's what happens. People made a lot of money in something, they sell some. They sell some to buy a house, to buy their girlfriend a ring, to diversify their portfolio so they're not 90% Bitcoin, right? And so we see these kind of step function moves, and then we'll see a long period of consolidation. And what happens there? You're turning over, old guys selling, new guys buying, and you're waiting for the new narrative to arrive that brings the next wave of money in. And I think we're in one of those periods right now.
When we look beyond Bitcoin too, obviously there's a lot of enthusiasm in DeFi and some other chains. I know you guys have invested in a lot of very cool projects. Terra is one that we've discussed too before. I mean, how important is that? Maybe, I don't want to say it's stealing the attention away from Bitcoin, but maybe the enthusiasm there for what the future looks like in attracting capital.
Listen, and one of the way markets work is when energy pushes them up, supply responses happen. What happened in 2017 is everyone thought everything was Bitcoin. Litecoin was the poor man's Bitcoin, right? Ethereum was the better Bitcoin. Floyd Mayweather coin was the boxing Bitcoin. And so you had this giant supply response, which collapsed prices. This time around, we've learned some, but not enough, right? You can differentiate the type coins, right? There's store of value coins. I put Bitcoin in that thing, but I'd also put Litecoin and Dogecoin. And I think those things pull away from Bitcoin.
Okay, so this is to just share with you what happened by this guy Mike and how he sees the current Bitcoin situation. So in short itself, you can know that these people are very optimistic in Bitcoin and its future. So what do you think, guys? What do you think? Do you think that now is a good time to buy Bitcoin now? Now, 2 days ago, when Bitcoin was coming down, majority of us are saying that Bitcoin is going to go down further and Bitcoin will, and it's not time to buy Bitcoin. Now, today, Bitcoin has traveled back from 31,000 back to 37,000. So what do you think, guys? Do you think that this is a good time now to buy into Bitcoin? If you think it's yes, please key the word why yes into the comment box. If you think no, all right, can you tell us why no? Don't mind, just do us a favor, get involved in this. What do you think, guys? properly. You can just have to refresh again as usual. Oh dear, totally went off. Okay, as usual, my comment box is down. That's why I couldn't see your comment. All right. Okay. Right. Technically correct, Jimmy. He doesn't own Bitcoin. He's just investing in a digital bank that's dealing with crypto. So that's why you must be very, very careful with the thing. Yeah. All right. Fred said that he's just being the granddaddy controlling crypto ETF. Okay. So most of you say wait for the weaker hand. Can buy some and slowly buy on the way down. Judy say you say buy 43,000. No, wait for the dip, right, Lavi? Okay, so this is what you guys have said. Thank you for your comment. I say I have some little problem with my technical side. I think Facebook has this issue right now for today's streaming. All right, so let's see another lady. All right, Cathie Wood. All right, Cathie Wood further sells 38 million in DocuSign. All right. Despite being bullish and added 41 million in Bitcoin play Coinbase. Okay, so what's happening over there now? Cathie Wood, all right, apparently have snapped up about 181,000 shares worth of 40 million into Coinbase Global. All right, as recently the cryptocurrency exchange bounced back after a few days of slide. So they sold some of they bought the shares, and of course recently this counter Coinbase came off a bit lah. So now she says buying, and again we all know that she's been buying a lot of this Coinbase counter, all right? So it seems that they are still very confident. In fact, now she has basically bought up to $1 billion worth of Coinbase shares. Wow, $1 billion worth. So by right, it's all right if seriously, if let's say now the thing have changed, the tide have changed, and it's back to crypto world again, wow, this time she will make some good money, right? So that is whereby I know some of you actually bought into this Coinbase too. So, well, this is what is happening right now from all the big boys and all the big guns, what they are doing in the market. But my job is to just share all this information with you. But then let me show you what we can do with our own trading. Hey, sorry. Wait a minute. Something, my slides. Wait, sorry. Wait. Oh dear. Okay, never mind. Let me just bring up, I think one of my slides went missing. Okay, so the thing is, this is the chart that I shared with some of you recently. All right, let me just bring up to you why. Okay, so you can see that yesterday, Bitcoin traveled down all the way and it misses my 31,000 just by a little bit and then recover beautifully. And of course, today we see touching back the 37,000 mark. All right, now 37,000 mark. Okay, this is the 37,000 mark. This is the 43,000 mark. Okay, this is the 31,000 mark. So yesterday I did say that, right, if you want to buy some Bitcoin, you can buy at 30,500. Of course, the low didn't really hit that level, so we missed that buy order, but doesn't matter. And now we can see that it's being stuck at the 37,000 mark area. So the thing is this, although there's so many good news right now on Bitcoin, but apparently still is stuck at the 37,000. So only, in my opinion, if the market now with all the good news coming in, all the buying coming in, and even that the country get involved as a legal tender for using Bitcoin as a legal tender, all these are very positive news. So for the market to go up is kind of expected. But if the market cannot cross $37,000 mark and stay above it, I am still not very comfortable to buy. All right. So I still have my thought on this. To me is that, okay, if it can really cross above the 37,000 mark and stay above it, maybe can buy a little bit. But still, this is the 43,000 mark. Only if it crosses the 43,000 mark, then to me, that is safe. Okay, and I say we rather play it safe because if the market is going to go up to all the way, if the market go all the way up to even 200,000, right? Even buying at 43,000 is still pretty good price. You understand my point? All right, so that is one concern, one part of it. But I think now everybody is asking me on the side because there's some article going about this thing called the death cross. Okay, let me explain to you what's a death cross. Now, in technical analysis, what people always usually use is moving average. And the one that people are using right now for easy understanding, they use the moving average like this, 50-day moving average on the simple, all right, rather than using exponential, smoother, or linear weighted, they use simple and apply to close, and that's where you have the top line, and we have the second line, which is here. That is the 200, all right. So what does it mean? All right, so basically, in a very simple way, if any asset class is above the moving average 50, then that is very bullish. And of course, if it can also be above the 200, is super bullish. So you can see that all the way beautifully, Bitcoin travels nicely with it, all right? So it looks cool, right? So it was only back in this 2021 April-May period that was whereby it went below the MA 30. Then of course it went down all the way and then hits the MA 200 and went down further. So now what's happening? You can see from your chart that this is now on the way down and this guy's on the way up because of the difference in the moving average. So eventually what will happen? Now, if the Bitcoin do pull back further, if it pulls back, what happens is that this line will come down faster. Now this line, the green one, will cross over. Now when this thing cross over, whereby the lower, so-called the lower moving average, right, which is the MA 30, is MA 50, sorry, is below the MA 200. This point, this junction here, we call it as death cross. Okay, we call it as death cross. Okay, so when you see this death cross, usually means that there will be even more selling to come. All right, this is just a mathematical formula that is used in the financial market. And of course, what happened is, if you look back into history, well, there were a few incidents, something like this, example, all right, whereby this is the death cross. Can you see that? And the market actually was down. But if you look carefully, it was down only a little bit before it actually recovers. So it's not that accurate. In fact, the selling came in when the market broke below the MA 30. All right, that's one way of looking at it. Of course, this is the clearer shot here, whereby it basically sorry, this is not the one. Let me just clear away. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, here we go. This is what happened over here, right? You can see that. Okay, this is a crossover. So after after this Bitcoin in year 2018, when the hey, sorry, give me a minute. Kind of lost. Wait a minute. Okay, let me just make the chart bigger a little bit. Because this color is not the color that I always use. Yeah, correct. I got it. Yeah. Oops, sorry. Okay, basically if the green line is above, okay, the green line is actually above, that was here, this period of time, okay. This is where, when the green line is above, that is where your death cross is, and that's why usually the market will so-called be down, okay, that's what I'm trying to say, all right. So did it happen previously? It happened before. Yeah, let me just bring it in. There we go. All right, can you see that? Okay, so this is where it happens. And of course, back then, the Bitcoin traveled down all the way to the low 2,000, 3,000 area, all right? So that was whereby people say that if the market is to do this formation, then there'll be a death cross, and usually that means a lot of selling. But I totally go against this idea, because back then, there was no institution involved, mostly retailers. And also there was a lot of clamp down on crypto back then. So all I can say is that I do not buy this, okay? I do not buy this, but I don't mind having crypto at a cheaper price, okay? So if you look at it now, we are about near time to cross. So what will happen is, if the price do recover, then this one, the shorter, the moving average 50 will turn up, and the MA 200 will be doing this. So what will happen? It will not cross each other if the Bitcoin start to go higher. Only if the Bitcoin do break down, Then we will have this guy coming down fast, and we will have that crossover so-called. Okay, so I will say that still the same thing. I will not be. So I will say that still the same thing. I will not be looking much to chase after the moon right now for the Bitcoin market. All right. So let me hear what's your view. All right. We're having some, again, the technical side is terrible today. Okay. So let me read your, I'm just sorry. I'm been seeing the comments are coming up very, very slow on my side here. So let me read what you just said. All right, not committing anything in, right? Fred, Eric says no impact. And Eugene says waiting to buy low. Okay, Jamie says I'm a trend trader, is down depending on strategy. Okay, wait for 30,000. Nelson Min Hui said that indicator is long, so buy. No for you, Kia. All right, okay. Yes, indeed, you have buy 2 days ago. Yeah, totally true. All right. Levy said below 10,000. Okay. Cheng Kui say wait for further government rule to come in. Okay. BTC, Jamie says will stabilize about 30 to 40,000. Moving average is delayed. Obviously, yes, moving average always delayed. Huh? Yeah. So death cross normally for long-term read, but short-term, the opposite normally happen. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Fred. So anyway, guys, this is what is ongoing right now. So I really don't want you to go too much into this death cross thing here. I can tell you that majority of the time, whenever people talk about death cross, the opposite, yeah, indeed always happen. Undeniable. Okay. All right. So if you look at, if you look into this itself, right, then might as well, look at something like this. Let me just show you my personal moving average that I created. All right. Is this the one? This is the one that I'm using. Okay. Now, the one that I'm using is a special number. I told you before, I don't mind sharing with you. It's 11 and 70. Now, don't ask me why these two numbers, because I backtest enough to know that that is more important, okay? So you can see that this is whereby that my so-called death cross. And for those students of mine, you will know that this is with a BNB at the same time, right? So that is where I have said that that is the time for you to get out. And of course, crypto really fell. So the only thing that is giving me a lingering that why am I turning a little bit, because I saw this, okay, whereby the moving average, the market is now trading above my moving average, but I'm still not very keen yet. I'm still watching it. All right. So guys, still to me is that no biggie here, right? Everybody got their own reason and own way of trading the market. As long as you make money, no problem, guys. Okay. All right. So that is the view that I have with the moving average. Okay. Let's go back to my presentation to finish up for today's MAO. Now, yesterday we have a pretty good trade for Bitcoin. Wow, because obviously the market was so bullish. So all 5 trades, 5 of them all strike, okay, all make money. That was what happened yesterday. Not everyone make big money. There was 2 trades that didn't make a lot, but there were 2 other trades that make decent, good profit, all right? So guys, you really must think carefully. Now, I'll say this thing here. I'll tell you upfront. Imagine now, the last 5 days where Bitcoin was coming down quite a fair bit. We didn't have every day we don't have every day every trade makes money, but I can tell you almost 80% of the trades that I show you itself really make money. And that is during a time whereby Bitcoin traveled down from 37,000 all the way to 31,000 and recovered recently. So you think about this. Imagine when the market is down and our indicator called KCX works so well. What if if the Bitcoin really start to turn the other way around? What if Bitcoin really crossed 43,000 and go all the way back to 70,000? Do you know that you can make money almost every single day right now using the KCX indicator? That's why for us, we are very excited because we know that right in the coming weeks or months, if the Bitcoin market really do what we say, then there'll be lots of money to make. So guys, you really need to have this indicator, all right? Now, yesterday you can see Bitcoin was the main driver. So Ethereum was trying to chase after it. There were 3 trades that we make money from, but 2 trades went down because Ethereum sold down. But you look at it, the moment Ethereum sold down, right, our indicator turns green, right? Blue to green, from red to yellow, you just have to follow through and buy. So there were losses, but overall we make. And for Ethereum at the moment now, we are still having a very strong 86% accuracy for the longest of time. So guys, this is the type of indicator that you really want, all right? This is something that you really want to have because it really, really will help you to make decent, good money, all right? So how do you get involved with us? Very simple, all right? You just have to, contact us, okay? Contact us. So this is what we provide in terms of trading calls. We give you trading calls. We tell you when to look for buy. We give you entry price. We give you stop loss price. And of course, we tell you where the TP level. So we are very, very, comprehensive in terms of our trade calls. And of course, we provide you charting to show you stuff like that. And of course, we update you with prices like this, tell you where to buy, where to sell, and update you every single day. Yes, every single day from 9 a.m. to 12 midnight. Yes, we are probably the one of the most active crypto group whereby we actually provide crypto trading calls from 9 a.m. Singapore time all the way to 12 midnight. And we are not using robot at all. We are using human to watch the market. We have 5 shifts of 5 different traders watching the market. All right. So in order to get that, you just have to pay $688 Singapore dollars. Contact this gentleman, Richard Heng, is our team member at 9274-9213. He will be there to assist you and you come on board. All right. Now, for those who already join us, right, apology for the e-learning portal because the video is ready, but the guy who's uploading it, he has a little bit of issue with the server, so that's been holding back. But no worries, right? We're still going to provide you the service. We will help you on the group chat. And of course, for those people who are already using the indicator, all right, you should know how powerful this tool indicator is for BTC and ETH, all right? The channel is where you get all these calls from, okay? The channel is where you get all the calls from, all right? So guys, contact Richard and you will be embarking into this great journey with us, okay? All right, so I have to share you now the technical analysis for Bitcoin. Just give me a moment. I'm going to zoom back to the charts right now, okay, just to show you more on Bitcoin. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so for today's first, let's look at Ethereum, okay? For Ethereum today, it's not that pretty. Even though now we have Bitcoin in the picture, but you look at the chart of ours, our own TWB system chart, it tells you that the KSI is still red in color. That means the whales are still selling, all right? Even though there's no blue bars at the bottom, we tend to be bullish, but with KSI red, I kind of believe that there could be some more selling again down for Ethereum. And I saw myself, if Bitcoin can come down, Ethereum will come down also. Also, my buy price will be 1,009 to 2,000 level for Ethereum, all right? So this will be much more comfortable price to buy. The last time Ethereum dropped all the way to 1,760 level, who knows, you can try to beat some price lower around there, maybe 1,700, 1,600, just put it there and see what happened, all right? So that is for today's market. If we look at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin today, although looks good, CCRY color change, KSI green, no blue bars, overall looks good, but still you notice something interesting. Let me just bring to you right now. You take notice of this. You can see that each time the market goes up, right, each time the high, they didn't break. So all I can say is this: if Bitcoin doesn't go any higher next 2-3 days and fall, then I'm so sorry. I believe that Bitcoin will have to come down to trigger some stops first before it rally up. All right. So this will be my personal take for now, because we do see some very good news last 2 days, right, including this morning, but the impact is not the same. So somewhere it's just wrong. So tonight, in terms of US, in terms of US data, we have this my view here. So if you have different views, guys, you can put in the comment box and we can discuss on this. Again, I'm so sorry. I just realized that, again, all my comments are not coming in. I need to refresh my screen to see everything there. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, so thank you, Maurice and Fred. Okay, so that is the end of my my MAO for crypto. Let's just look at the financial market now, a quick run on the financial market, and let's see what we have to offer to you today. Okay, at the moment now, NASDAQ is now trading slightly lower below the opening price, but the KSI is green in color. So that tells you that, right, the downside is kind of limited, okay? For the Dow Jones today, it's a CCYR, but the market is also having the KSI green color. So that means that the selling will still be, there won't be heavy selling today unless there will be some news coming in. And even the market, I believe that the market will be bought out from the bottom. So that is for the Dow Jones, for the S&P 500. Now today, S&P do not have pivot. So the opening price is the most important thing. If the market stay below opening price, there will be some selling. But because the KSI is green, so we just have to expect that some buying or the selling will be resilient. Now for Hong Kong this morning have shot up, but now we can see it reversed its entire course, and now it's trading to the lower end. This is not good at all. And if Hong Kong goes down, it may travel all the way down to 28,643. Now, one of the only reason why if the US market futures are not going down, but yet Hong Kong is down, the only answer is that the China A50 has retraced, and we are seeing right now it indeed has retraced. But even it retraced, it's still positive. So the other reason why I can see Hong Kong now is doing this probably is that because there's some information leak out for tonight's CPI. So let's just see how it goes towards the last hour of the day. And of course, now we have DAX opening up soon, and DAX is up this morning. It's up already now. DAX is slightly gap up this morning, this afternoon now. And based on KSI, it's still green in color, so the upside is still going to be there. All right. And of course, today for the Nikkei today is kind of positive because the KSI is green, and as long as it stays yellow bar, as long as above OP, the upside is there. Okay, crude oil. Now, crude oil today is trading below the P2, but the KSI is green. So again, it's more towards the buying side. So whenever the price pull back, it's more by buying on dip right now for time being. All right, and last one will be the gold prices. Now, gold price today, I did mention to people that gold price, if it breaks yesterday's low of 1887, we're going to see some selling, and it really manifested. So if the gold price break below 1884, do expect to see some selling down to 1869 level. All right. So this is what I'm seeing right now for this entire market. And tonight, 8:30 p.m., we will see the US Consumer Price Index. This is going to be the one that everybody will be eyeing on. So traders, you need to be there. So for Bitcoin traders, Ethereum traders, maybe this will give you a chance to buy it cheap later. Who knows? So watch out for this, 8:30 p.m. All right, that will be all for today. Thank you once again, guys. This is Cal and the TWB team signing off. Bye-bye. Guys, this is Cal.